What's up, people? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Tottenham Hotspur are set to play Doncaster Rovers in the third round of the Carabao Cup tomorrow. And guys, we're coming off a decent result, but an even better performance against Brighton. Got a point over the weekend. And I think it's time for some of the players to get a rest. Let's talk about what Frank will be up to in this coming match. All right, like I did say just before, I think Thomas Frank will rest a ton of players, but that's not a reason to chalk this game up being like, oh, it's going to be a team of a complete B team and it won't be entertaining. I don't think that's the case at all, because Thomas Frank in his press conference literally said that this will be a pretty strong lineup. Now, I do think he will still rest a few players, but this is a game that should make you even more excited because you're going to get to see some players that may not get a look in Champions League or Premier League matches that still have top quality. With that being said, I think the first thing we need to talk about, this person isn't someone that hasn't been seen before, but I think it's time that Xavi Simons starts in the 10. This is the thing I'm most excited about. We'll get into my predicted lineup at the end of the video, but I think that he will be in the number 10 position in this match. It's a perfect time for him to get some minutes in that position. We saw him against Brighton in the 2-2 draw. He came in around the 60th minute, and that guy changed the game. I think we're going to see some goals coming from him, not necessarily like him himself getting a goal, but I think he'll get some assists. I think he's going to be the star of the show tomorrow, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to the table, especially because Doncaster, no disrespect, I know they're no mugs, but they are 7th in League One, 2 divisions below us. And I just think that this is a great opportunity for him to play with some of the young bucks and really get him flowing and used to this position. I know that they're training it in training. They're practicing it in training. So I think it's a great chance for him to play some minutes in the 10, and I cannot wait to see it. Next up, Thomas Frank did mention that Anthony Kinski will be in goal this match, and I'm really excited to see him. I think he's a top goalkeeper. Last year during the Europa League and actually mostly during the league whenever Vicario had his ankle injury, he was a really good replacement. It felt really good. It was hard to see Forster in goal, which I love Forster. I appreciate him for being, such a good patron of the club. But I think Anthony Kinski is a really good goalkeeper. I'm excited to see him play. I don't think this match is going to get him. If he has a good performance, I don't think that this is going to be a match that gets him in the number 1 spot over Vicario. But regardless, I think it's going to be a really good stepping stone for him if he wants to push for that position in the future. This game might not be it, but like I said, it's going to be a really good beginning point for him. I can't wait to see him in goal. Now, there's a few players that I think are due for some much needed rest. And just to name off a few, Pedro Porro, Mickey van de Ven, and Mohamed Kudus. Those guys, I don't think that they should be starting under any circumstance in this match. Don't even put them on the team sheet. I think these guys are key components for us in the Premier League and Champions League, and I want them to get some rest. Now, let's talk about the people who may be replacing them. Let's start off with Mickey van de Ven. I think Kevin Danso will come in and fill that position for him, and I cannot wait. I love Kevin Danso. We saw his long throws during the PSG match, and it's going to be so refreshing to see someone like him come in because I think he has such a passion for the club over the short time he's been here, which is really awesome to see for somebody who just came in and doesn't really have a starting spot. I love that guy. Can't wait to see him play in this system. And next up, I think it's going to be a great opportunity to see Destiny Udogie and Jed Spence in the fullback positions. I've been calling for this for 2 videos at this point, and I cannot wait. Well, I hope. Who knows what he's going to do, what Thomas Frank's going to do. But I hope that Jed Spence and Destiny Udogie get to play together because I think having them is going to be so sound and defensively. And I think attacking with Udogie, with having that kind of backup with Jed, is going to be such a nice combination. Now, this is no disrespect on Pedro Porro. I think he's class. I think he's going to be a consistent starter no matter what, but I'm excited to see what this kind of dynamic can produce with these 2 guys in the fullback position. Now, this is a big one. I think it's finally time for Brennan Johnson to get back in the starting position in the squad. If he's going to get a look into the starting lineup in Premier League matches and Champions League matches, I think this is, like Kinski, a way for him to be like, hey, I'm still here. I can still play. I can still score goals. Yes, this is a League One side, but I'm excited to see him get in the lineup and get a chance because I like Brendan. I love Brendan. I love the guy off the pitch, and I think he's a solid guy. I love the relationship with him and James Maddison. I think that he deserves some more chances, and there's no better time. There's no better time for him to get a chance in this game than tomorrow. So with that being said, I know I mentioned a lot of players kind of here and there, but let's get into the official predicted lineup from myself. In goal, obviously, Antonin Kinski. Enough said about him. I already talked about him. In defense, Destiny Udogie, Jed Spence, and then Romero will come in. He's captain. This is his responsibility. He signed up for stuff like this. Well, he got chosen for stuff like this. And I think that he's going to be a solidified starting spot wearing that captain's armband, leading this team of young players coming in. Kevin Danso alongside him. Now, midfield, I didn't know who I was going to put in. I do think Bergvall will get a rest. I do think João Paulinho will get a rest. But I think Bentancur comes back into the side just to get some more minutes into his legs. I think he's going to be a starting spot because of the person next to him, and I think it's going to be Archie Gray doing that kind of João Paulinho role, being like the pivot outlet person in our squad. So I think the experience of Bentancur will help a guy like Archie Gray to be in this position. Of course, Xavi Simons in the 10. Cannot wait to see him in that position. It's going to be awesome. In the forward line, it's going to be Wilson Odegaard, Mathys Tel, and Brennan Johnson on the right. Cannot wait to see these three link up. It kind of can, from like an outside point perspective, I do think that this front three does seem kind of like a blunt knife's edge, if I'm being honest. I don't see many goals coming from either of them, besides Brennan Johnson when he's getting fed. But creation-wise, I don't know how that's going to work. But I think against Doncaster, like I said, no disrespect on this squad, I do think with Xavi Simons in the 10, I think we'll be able to create something out of this opposition. Now let's get into my final predictions of the match. Little short video today, but I do think that we will get the best of Doncaster. I think it will be an easy, clean 2-0 win. And I'm not even going to go as far as saying who's going to score the goals. I think Xavi Simons will get 2 assists. Call me crazy, call me biased, call me typical Spurs fan. I don't care. I think Johnson will get a goal, and I think Mathys Tel will get a goal as well. I think those two guys will be our goal scorers, probably off a transition play, probably off a one-time finish from a cross, something along those lines. I think it's going to be a clean and easy 2-0 win. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Who do you think Thomas Frank is going to start with this match? This is not a match that we should write off and say this doesn't matter, because it does. Guys like this, I cannot wait to see our young boys get a chance to show what they got. I'm excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, come on you Spurs. God bless.